What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hanging Heavy. As always, I'm your boy Desecrator. And today, I'm coming in alone, as always. Ain't got no special guests. It's just me, the one you come to see. And, that's alright. That's okay. Desecrator's gonna do it anyway. Oh, guys. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Come on, take it easy, guys. Oh, stop it. Stop it. I said fucking stop it. Thank you. What's going on, guys? Hopefully your day has been going well, because mine is going fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, so this is Hanging Heavy. For any of you that are new, this is the show where the conversation can get as heavy as the host. And for my repeat offenders, I appreciate you coming back. Thanks for staying. The way I always start off the show, I like to read a little statistics on how my listens are going. I like to be transparent. I just want to know that I'm noticing the interaction with my users. And that's awesome. This is kind of why I wanted to do it. Wanted to reach other people other than my close friends. Yeah, we're strangers, but you know what? That's what makes us. That's what makes this relationship different. That's what makes you special. You like me for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this out there. This has been my best month. Oh shit, excuse me while I decide to punch this shit out of my fucking mic stand. This has been my best month. Listens, downloads, clicks, whatever you want to call them. This has been my best month. So fucking thank you guys for that. I'm going halfway through the month with 71 downloads. That's usually about 2 months worth of downloads. So fucking you guys are doing this. You did this. You deserve the fucking round of applause. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out the regions and where the statistics are gathered. Let's go ahead and start off with where the listens are coming from. 65% of these downloads are coming from Spotify. 27% are coming from Apple Podcast. 6% is coming from iTunes. Rest in peace. And 3% are coming from the Chrome browser. So thank you for going to the website, hangingheavy.podbean.com. Makes listening alright. I don't really use it per se, but it's good to have. But let's go ahead and start off with number one country. 42 downloads. 59%. United States. And coming in number two, Russia with 4 downloads. Tied for number 3, Canada and United Kingdom, both with 3 downloads. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries coming in at the fourth, yeah, I guess, tied for 4th. Mexico, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Australia, all tied with 2 downloads each. Brazil, Denmark, Greece, Indonesia, Lithuania, Norway, and Turkey, all with 1 downloads. So welcome, my international listeners. I applaud you. And thank you for listening. This is Hanging Heavy. And that's today's show. I'm just kidding. So yeah, fucking thank you guys for giving me a shot. If you stumbled upon this show, I appreciate you for listening and staying with me. So I want to further detail said downloads. Number 7, coming in first place, and it's been a while with 7. From the United States, Texas. What's up, my Texas babies? With 4 downloads, California. 3 and 2, Illinois, and my Michigan gangsters. What's up? 2 downloads each. I'm going to go ahead and just shoot them out. New York, Virginia, Utah, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Kansas, and Iowa. thank you guys. I'm just a southern boy, and I appreciate you guys coming back. And the rest of these are one download each: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, North Carolina, New Mexico, and Ohio. Most of these have never been on the fucking radar, so thank you guys. If you like this show, keep coming back. Be a repeat offender. There's nothing wrong with that term. And again, with 4 downloads, I don't know what the fuck others means, but that's what's up. Now to the Great White North. I've got 2 downloads coming from the Ontario region of Canada, and 1 download from the Northwest Territories. Now, my boy Carlton says that the Northwest Territories, that's the real true Great White North. So, thank you guys. Or thank you, one person. And with the last 2 in this statistical region section of the show. Australia. 1 coming from New South Wales and 1 coming from Queensland. I appreciate the support. Again, if you accidentally clicked it, fucking thank you. So yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into it the way we always do, and let's talk about some fucking video games. Well, let's start this bitch off with some high roller baller bullshit. A gentleman by the name Eric Naylorman got on a plane in September from Florida to Denver to make the biggest video game acquisition in the world of classic video game collecting. It's only until now that I stumbled upon this and thought, holy fuck, that's insane. He went to Denver to add nearly 40 titles to his collection, and these cost him more than $1 million. Now, he's a dentist by trade, so I don't know how many teeth this motherfucker had to pull and sell to make that, but Jesus, that's a lot of quiche. Anyway, these are black box sticker factory sealed games, and there are only 2 that are highly coveted as the holy grail of video games to have and collect. They are held in such high regards because they are literally they're literally maybe the last 1 to 3 that exists in this prime, pristine of a condition in any known collection. The 5 prized cash cows in this deal are Mario Brothers Arcade Classic Series, released 1986. 2 known copies of Golf, 1985 release. The only known copy of Balloon Fight, 1986. And the only known copy of Gumshoe, also 1986. Now, I've only heard of 2 of these titles, and I'm sure you're no different. So shit. That must mean that they are rare as fuck. Good shit, guy. I mean, yeah, I guess. So, with the way the world works and the speed of how communication and knowledge is spread over the internet, there's always leaks on everything. And most turn out to be nothing, but apparently GTA 6's new installment, the setting is reportedly revealed. Let's start at the beginning of the story. An alleged letter from Leia Sokolowski was sent to a client with the request of scouting a location in southern Florida. Now, this letter surfaced online. In the letter, it mentions that she would be bringing along a team of developers from Rockstar who are scouting for an upcoming game. Rockstar, along with many other developers, do this all the time. it helps make the games they're developing, the setting in those games, as real and lifelike as possible. I mean, some are even literal translations of the actual world. And for those of you that remember, the setting for this is supposed to be Florida. And Florida has already been a location in the GTA series. So maybe we're going back to Vice City, baby. But I'm a skeptic, so I'll believe it when I see it. So, moving on to Borderlands. There's been an update and a hotfix to nerf all the good guns. Feels bad, man. I mean, not really. I don't have any of these guns or variations of said guns, but my boy Carlton should be happy, as he has an infinity gun. And I'm going to go ahead and read off the website, so let me pull that up real quick. Sorry for the stutter. Of course I fucking erased it. Hotfix, okay. Okay, sorry about that. I'm an asshole and I accidentally fucking erased my bookmark. Okay, so the hotfix is oh fuck, this is not the website that I picked before. I guess I'm an asshole. Ah, fuck it, whatever. Fuck. You know what? Never mind. If you really want to look into it, since I'm an asshole and I totally fucked this part of the video game segment, I'm sorry. I didn't copy my fucking link. So, it had it in order of buffs and nerfs. And I'm sorry, I fucking fucked that one real good. Excuse my language, but I'm kind of disappointed with myself. So I guess we'll leave it at that. Borderlands, check it out. It's a pretty fun game. If you loved the Borderlands franchise, you'll love number 3. So, I guess I wanted to just bring this up because it's the first time I've ever seen one of these in action. But here locally there's a warehouse that purchases Amazon return pallets. And now this is a thing that's gained some momentum in the last couple years. So people bid on the returns because Amazon doesn't give a fuck about their junk. They just want to make as much money as possible. And if you're like me, you've returned stuff that's not damaged or broken. Sometimes things just don't fit, or it's the wrong color, or you thought you wanted it and you turned out you didn't like it. It doesn't mean it's a bad product. I mean, you're gonna run into your broken shit or something that somebody scammed Amazon out of. Like, I'm pretty positive somebody bought a DVD player and returned an old VCR that was beat to shit. Now that's fucking scumbag. Don't do that. But, I mean, Amazon can take the hit, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's just scumbag. But there's this place locally that does that. And so they open Thursday. It's $5 any item that you want. You have to look through these fucking pallets of bins that are filled to the fucking top. And it's just mixed. There's no specific fucking organization. It's just they'll take the clothes and they'll dump it with the clothes. If it's a bunch of mixed shit, they're just gonna dump it with the mixed shit, you know? They try to separate as much as they can, but people are gonna buy it. I'm in a place where the fucking people, I mean, everyone is always looking for a good deal, you know? So I went Friday. So Thursday every item is $5. Friday is every item is $4. Saturday $3 and Sunday $2, right? So I mean, they're pushing shit, broken or not, missing pieces or not, you know? So I went on Friday, so the items were $4, and I think I spent a total of like $80. Now, I mean, I bought a bunch of dumb shit, but I mean, for that price, you can't let it go. I bought a couple flags or banners or background images. I don't really know what they fucking are. They're big pieces of material with cool designs on them. I bought a couple of those on Friday, and I went again on Saturday, which it's again $1 cheaper, and I bought a bunch of more bullshit that I didn't need. Some headphones, a bunch of phone cases for my boy 3 Bills, Dirty Sanch, aka Dirty Ranch. And yeah, I mean, it's a bust. I bought some cases for my son's iPad, and apparently it's not the right one. But for $3, are you gonna fucking pass on an iPad case? I took the chance, you know, and out of today or Saturday, I spent $30. So in total, I spent maybe 100 and the most 120. But I mean, I bought a bunch of foam on Friday. I bought a bunch of foam because I'm gonna eventually be moving my studio, so it's a little soundproofing, and that's exactly what the foam was. So I mean, I got a fucking bargain. I got 3 packs of 10, maybe 10 or 12 pieces of foam. Now, it's not professional grade, but you know, that's a lot better than fucking plain walls. That's a lot of echo and a lot of noise that's gonna help reduce. So that's fucking awesome. And for $5 a pack, or $4, excuse me, I ain't gonna be no dumb idiot. I gotta take it. And guess what, babies? I took it. And there was one more item, and I'll circle back to that. And yeah, so I mean, I live also in South Texas, so going during the day sucks because it's hot as balls. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get into some science, bitch. It's alive. Well, for the 5th consecutive year, combined cases of chlamydia, syphilis, and gonorrhea have risen in the U.S. And this is according to the Sexually transmitted disease surveillance report put out by the United States Center of Disease Control. God damn. If you was gonna be fucking, especially strangers, better wrap that shit up, B. Better wrap it up. Wrap it up. Come on. That shit's easily avoidable. Do yourselves a favor and avoid the embarrassment of going to the doctor with your pee-pee or vajayjay on fucking fire or oozing unnecessarily. Yikes. And I guess with that in mind, it looks like it's the time of year for this year's round of flu shots. Reports of laboratory confirmed cases are popping up all around the states. So for my local listeners, go do that. Unless you're one of those, and excuse my language here, retards that hate vaccines. Now, sorry about that, but it needed to be said. Get your shit done. It's 2019 and people still die from the flu. And that's the dumbest shit ever. There is one thing that could help you live longer. Fucking smooth transition, Desk Creator. Thank you, Desk Creator. Well, science is helping settle a debate that has been a long feud. Dogs are better than cats. Fuck you, cats. Where are all my dog lovers at? So apparently having a pet dog at your side can actually help you live longer, especially if you're a stroke or heart attack survivor who lives alone. So if you don't want to be miserable with a lame-ass cat or die early, get a dog. Adopt. Don't buy a new one. There are plenty of beautiful animals at shelters that need love just as much as you do. Damn. Good guy desecrator here to make you smile. Okay, so this next bit is a bit of health and tech. A terminally ill scientist is about to become the world's first full cyborg. Dr. Peter Scott Morgan was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, and instead of just letting it take him, he's challenging what it is or what it means to be human. So he plans to use a mix of artificial intelligence, robots, and other high technology systems to transform himself. Now, just the thought of that is fucking bonkers. He created an avatar of himself before, pretty much when he was diagnosed, before the disease took his body, before he started losing muscle. So it could be a true representation of his true self. So he's going to be Peter 2.0. Now, this isn't a guarantee, so I'll keep updated on that and I'll let you know. But moving on. I know I bitched about it a while back, but Spotify took their home screen widget and they took it off of the app itself, right? So there was no physical, or I guess digitally, user interface or whatever you want to call it, to actually control the music, right? You'd have to open the full app and do it through the app. Like, there was no easy, quick way to do it like there used to be. And I guess they thought that would be fucking cool or something. And I guess if you bitch, you shall receive. They updated this not too long ago, so it's back, baby, and it's good. Not having that quick control, it sucked major asshole. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. So that's all I got for that. That's all I gotta say about that. Fuck, I really need to cut this way shorter. But if you have anything that you think would be interesting for me to bring up or me to talk about, goddamn, this is fucking long. I'm sorry about this, y'all. I'm just mumbling over some static and Jacob's ladders and bubbling beakers and science noises. I should have cued this way earlier than I did, but I'm a moron, and that's what happens. Here we go. Yes, science. So I'm recording this late Saturday night because today I was not home, and I got home kind of late because I was celebrating with Poppy. Those of you that remember, Poppy Ray started this show with your boy Desecrator. Oh, maybe a year and a half back, almost 2 years now. So this show's been rolling for a while, and it looks like it's getting stronger. So I appreciate that. But yeah, he and his wife had a baby shower today. So Poppy's actually gonna be a puppy. Now, his wife is a very lovely woman, and it felt good to see them both happy. Made me smile to see them smiling, you know? And it's gonna be something new for him, and he's plenty strong. He's got it. She knows what's coming. So yeah, it looked like they'll make a good team together. So fucking shout out you two. I know we joke a lot, but I love you both. That's from the heart. And now, with saying that, I know what sound effect I'm fucking missing. I'm missing a aww. So instead, I'll put a. Oh, guys, I know I'm fucking a great friend when I'm on the spot, when I'm fucking recording with a mic in my face. But you know what? I do mean it, guys. So fucking, I'm excited for you. It's gonna be a great next chapter. All right, that's enough of that. And with that in mind, let me go back to that place I was talking about earlier with the whole Amazon fucking used return pallet things, whatever. Let me mix myself a drink and I'll come right back and I'll elaborate. Rich and rare. So at this place, I picked up this bright orange book simply because of the title on the front of it. And it is written by Mark Manson. Never heard of the name. I just noticed a bright orange book with an awesome title. So I picked it up, and whatever it fucking was about, I was going to take the book regardless. For $4, I'm not going to be a bitch about it. So Mark Manson, and this book is apparently a self-help book. Self-help book. Excuse me, I had a bunch of dicks in my mouth. Popped that bitch right out. And the book title and subtitle are as followed. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. A counterintuitive approach to living a good life. And on this bright orange cover, it also has a badge, New York Times bestseller. So with that title, you fucking best believe I'm going to pick it up. And I'm not much of a reader. I have some books, but just because they look pretty on the shelf, And yeah, so let me just read you the chapter titles. Chapter 1, Don't Try. And now in this chapter, there's sub-chapters or I don't know what you call it. I'm not a nerd. I don't read fucking books very much. So,
Bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Yeah. That's what's up with that. And, so yeah, chapter 1, Don't Try. Chapter 2, Happiness is a Problem. Chapter 3, You Are Not Special. Chapter 4, The Value of Suffering. Chapter 5, You Are Always Choosing. Chapter 6, You're Wrong About Everything. Chapter 7, Failure is the Way Forward. Chapter 8, The Importance of Saying No. Chapter 9, And Then You Die. So, chapter 1, the first sub chapter, or I guess that's what you could call it, the first input is literally on page 5. So after the introduction and all the bullshit, right? Don't Try, and then the sub chapter is called or titled The Feedback Loop from Hell. And this part stood out to me. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Verbatim, excuse me, Mark Manson, I believe you're dead, but I'm not going to monetize this episode because I'm not big enough to do that. So good luck trying to get your fucking money from me. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a poor boy. Anyway, the feedback loop from hell. There's an insidious quirk to your brain that, if you let it, can drive you absolutely batty. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. You get anxious about confronting somebody in your life. That anxiety cripples you and you start wondering why you're so anxious. Now you're becoming anxious about being anxious. Oh no, doubly anxious. Now you're anxious about your anxiety, which is causing more anxiety. Quick, where's the whiskey? Or let's say you have an anger problem. You get pissed off at the stupidest, most inane stuff, and you have no idea why. And the fact that you get pissed off so easily starts to piss you off even more. And then, in your petty rage, you realize that being angry all the time makes you a shallow and mean person, and you hate this. You hate it so much that you get angry at yourself. Now look at you. You're angry at yourself, getting angry about being angry. Fuck you, Wall. Here, have a fist. Now that little excerpt, particularly the anger one, stood out to me because that's exactly how I feel sometimes. Now, when I told my friends that I purchased said book, they told me, why would you buy a book that tells you exactly what you do anyway? You don't need instructions. And yeah, you're right. And that paragraph, literally in the first chapter, proves that I know who I am. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this book, and when I'm done with it, I'll let you know if it's true. Maybe I'll start making millions. Maybe it'll push me to be a better desecrator. Probably not, though. So there's this new segment I want to kind of start doing more, seeing as how I have sports in the tags that describe the show. So I better bring it up more. Usually I do this with Papi because he's more renowned in the sports world than I, so I let him take the wheel on that. But since I do this by myself now, I'm gonna have to start doing more research. So today's segment is gonna be quick because I only had one story to do because it was kind of a big deal, but something happened today. So let's get into it. For those of you that follow baseball, seeing as I'm an American, that's America's pastime, and that I'm a Texas-born boy, the Houston Astros just won Game 6 in their respective division, and they're heading to the World Series yet again. So that's fucking cool. Now, I personally am a Red Sox fan. I don't really follow baseball, but if I were to say I had a team, it would be the Red Sox, right? Fucking go Boston. I love their hockey team, their football team, and their baseball team, right? Basketball, I could kind of care less about. I mean, Celtics are kind of shit, but whatever. I don't really care about basketball. I don't really know enough about it to be entertained by it. So there's that. But the story I did want to bring up, junior middleweight Patrick Day, who suffered a 10th round knockout last Saturday night, was put into a coma that night after they rushed him to the hospital. I don't know how else to say this without just saying it, but he passed away Wednesday of this week. So that would be, let me pull up a calendar. Fucking today, computer, you old piece of shit. So he died on the 16th. His knockout happened on the 12th. So yeah, he died from his brain injuries. Now, it's fucking 2019. I bring it up all the time. The year's almost over. And medical science is fucking super superior than it has been. But boxing is a brutal sport. And there's no one to blame for this. I mean, it's not like he went in with the intent to kill this man, his opponent. I don't even know who the fuck he fought. That's not important. A man died here. Yeah, the guy that beat him in the match, he feels guilty. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. He seems like a good guy. He's not the important person in this. This story is about Patrick Day. And there's really no one at fault. Like I said, boxing, there's always that chance. I mean, you're literally fighting somebody fucking for 12 rounds, for 35 to 40 minutes, depending on fucking how many rounds it was. It was 10 rounds. I don't think it was a title fight. And he went down, and he never woke up. So respect for him. I mean, he died doing what I assume he loved. And they needed. I mean, you can't really. It's literally part of the job, right? You can't fucking say, "Oh, coal miners need to be safer." Like, the job's fucking inherently dangerous. I mean, you're literally punching somebody in the head for fucking half an hour. Shit happens. Now, part of me wanted to instantly put in Ivan Drago, and if he dies, he dies. But that's not fucking cool. Somebody died. I mean, I didn't know him personally, but fuck, man. My thoughts and feelings go out to his family and anyone that cared and loved about this guy. And I think that's just where I'm going to leave it. So, yeah, that's today's show. I was going to add in some more stuff, but I'm already going over the time that I like to do when I'm doing the show by myself, which is all the fucking time. And it is Halloween, and I usually want to do a serial killer corner. That's my segment where I like to pick a random serial killer throughout time, and I not in fucking super detail talk about their slaying, their reign. I don't know, however you want to use the word to depict this person. Not glorifying them in any way. It's an interesting part of the human psyche, and it still happens, even with how fucking everyone is under surveillance around the world. I mean, it happens. People slip through the cracks. But I was going to do this show with my boy CARHEART, but he couldn't make it down, so I had to throw this show together, if you couldn't tell with how sloppy it is. Normally I like to have this turd polished as much as I can, but you know what? That's the way life goes. So if you do enjoy the show, I hopefully and honestly would like to ask you to spread the word on your social media, because I don't have any. I'm a useless asshole. I want to build this organically. I want you to be my street team, right? Be like, oh, I listen to this stupid idiot and he talks about some interesting shit that I didn't know happened. And he's fucking got some sound effects and he does his own fucking music and whatever. That's my jams. And yeah, if you don't know already, if you had the Podbean app, Podbean hosts my podcast. If you download the app, you automatically get notified when I upload. You can like, comment, share through the app. You can also go to the website hangingheavy.podbean.com, and you can do all that jazz there too. Or it's found on Apple Podcast, iTunes, if that's still a thing for you. The Google Play, you can find it on Spotify. That's my number one jams right now. Or you can always go to YouTube. I post these there too. YouTube, search in the title bar, Hanging Heavy Podcast, and you'll find me. And you'll be there, so that'll make us 3. Oh, I'm so cool. As always, I'm your boy Desecrator. Thank you for listening to Hanging Heavy, the podcast where the conversation can get as heavy as the host. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and much love, and rich and rare.